This, and many may know me from a role that I played on a television show. What I'm here to talk about is immigration marriage fraud. It is something that I've had to deal with and still continuing to deal with for the last couple of years now. I feel like there is not enough awareness out there and not enough support for people going through these situations. And when I speak about immigration marriage fraud, I'm not speaking about anyone based on their religion, their ethnicity, their culture. None of those things matter to me. What matters to me is the intent behind someone marrying an individual. And the reason why immigration marriage fraud needs to be spoken about is because there's so much complex things that happen, and so many more risk factors that one needs to be able to have that information to make sure they're making the right decision. And when children are involved, that is where I, as a mother, need to stand up and talk about those things that I have experienced and also what others have experienced over the couple of decades. Now, to let you know, I will not be speaking about any details regarding my actual lived experiences, as I need to preserve the evidence that I have for the right people. But this is the start to bringing awareness. Hi, my name.
What is going on, people? We are back with another freaking video, and this one right here, as you saw, is all about Memphis. Now, Memphis has been quiet for a minute. To be fair, when she first aired on the show with Hamza, she was very vocal about how she felt. She was very vocal about a lot of things. And some of the things that she said, a lot of people didn't want to jump on the bandwagon. A lot of people did not want to agree, because a lot of people were pretty much on the dislike Memphis train and let's just appreciate Hamza train. Me, myself in particular, I've always been on the side where I've always felt like Hamza was more the crook than Memphis, in my opinion. Just due to the fact that there were certain things about him that always gave me a very off-key look. And personally, for me, I'm just never a fan of anyone that would go on social media and use their child as a way of gaining sympathy from others. But hey, either way, we're here now. And now we are finding out why Memphis, well, at least I think this is why Memphis has been quiet for a long time. And clearly that's because she's been working long and hard on this immigration marriage fraud thing. And you know what? I don't think it really matters whether or not we agree with Memphis or whether we agree with Hamza. I think what matters is that she's taking action. She's taking initiative. And I feel like for a long time, a lot of people have been a victim to marriage, to immigration marriage fraud. A lot of people have been, and a lot of people are right now, and a lot of people will be in the future. So it's nice to say that somebody's trying to make a change. It may not make a big change, but it will make a change. And I think a change is better than no change. You know what I mean? So I'm really respecting where she's going with this and what's going to come from it. It is kind of sad that we're not going to be able to hear too much about her own experiences and obviously the evidence that she has. Obviously, we've seen it, but obviously what we've seen was something that was portrayed by TLC and how they wanted to see it. And I guess based on the perception that we was given, any thoughts that we had off air was, based on what we saw, just what I'm saying. But either way, though, I do look forward to finding out what evidence that she does have, and I do look forward to seeing, obviously, how things go moving forward. But Memphis does also say something in the description. Now, as you can see in the description, it does say immigration marriage fraud has been going on for decades. And many victims have been targets to ridicule for being fooled, causing them to deal with their struggle silently on their own. Unfortunately, individuals usually lack sympathy for others until they have been personally negatively impacted. There isn't enough awareness and support for individuals who are going through the complexities of immigration marriage fraud. That is why marriage awareness is so important. Over the last couple of years, I have felt it was imperative for me to turn my pain into purpose. Please be respectful and kind. Everyone has their story. Now, again, like I said before, Memphis went through a phase where she was very vocal when the show was airing, really trying to defend her corner, and a little bit after the show ended, but then she went completely cold, silent. And the funny thing about it was, or the irony about it, is that as soon as she went silent, that's when Hamza started appearing on the social medias so much more, talking about how he missed his child, talking about how he had this court date, you know what I mean? Talking about how, this is this child's first da-da-da-da and he missed it, or this is the first time I've seen my child in this place. And for me personally, I was never, ever, ever a fan of that, and I never will be a fan of that, because I found it very uncomfortable that this man was always coming online to use his child for sympathy. Other people may see it differently. That is fine. We are all entitled to our opinions, but that's how I always saw it. You see what I'm saying? But of course, me seeing that doesn't mean that I necessarily believe 100% that yes, he used Memphis for passport to America. But at the same time, though, the actions that he took, in my opinion, proved that, given the fact that as soon as he came to the States, he moved to a big city straight away. He wasted no time going from Michigan to Chicago because he always said he wanted that big city life. And ironically, he knew someone there already. And for me personally, that's always a hint, you know what I mean? But either way, Memphis took time out. She decided to obviously put her pain elsewhere and put her time elsewhere. And obviously that involved her going and doing the immigration marriage fraud that she's doing right now. So to be honest with you, I can only give a massive respect for that, because we have seen so many people on 90 Day Fiancé, and we've seen so many people in other shows, and we've seen other people probably that we may know go through this type of fraud, okay? And to be honest with you, I've never really heard anyone say, you know what, I'm going to make a stand. I'm going to try and make a difference. I'm going to try and, do something about it. So it's nice to see that she's actually taken all of that experience, all of that pain, all of that frustration. And she said, you know what, enough is enough. Let me see if I can do something. Now, I will say this though. There is always a possibility, always a 50-50 chance that Hamza did not use her and there was no marriage fraud. There is always that possibility, okay? And there's also a possibility where she may be doing this out of spite for whatever reason, right? There's always that possibility, but I'm still going to respect the fact that she's bringing this in front of us, because let's not forget, there are a lot of people that are doing this, right? A lot of people who are going to other countries and finding people, okay? And they're finding partners to marry them because they can't find a person in their country, or because they just don't want to find someone in their country. And what happens is they find out that they're actually being used, etc., etc., etc. So to be honest with you, the fact that she's still bringing awareness to this anyway is still going to have a positive outcome for other people who may be in a position of looking for somebody abroad, you know what I mean? And maybe in a position where they're even in that situation right now and they're about to sign that dotted line to get married, and they might be like, oh, maybe I should hold back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like Memphis said, man, listen, turn my pain into purpose. And wow, that is one hell of a line. Nothing but respect. But hey, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking here when it comes to the fact that Memphis has obviously gone quiet, and she's been quiet for clearly good reason. And let me know obviously how you view this now. And I feel like it's very, very important that we do our best to not try and respond to what Memphis is doing based on what we knew of her in terms of how she portrayed herself on the show, or at least how the show portrayed her, and also the way she just was moving completely bonkers. I think that sometimes we have to look at somebody based on their growth and look at where they are right now. And for me, I'm seeing a woman that has grown from whoever the hell she was before with the madness to now being in that position where she's like, you know what, I need to do something good, do something better. So let me know what you're thinking. We can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace. Oh, one last thing, just seeing this. Also, in the description, I do respect the fact that she's come out with some links. You know, as you can see, please check out Not Without My Daughter movie trailer, also Betty's interview, and also another one on YouTube, which is Victims of Immigration Marriage Fraud in Canada. So I like the fact that she's also advocating, or at least, promoting links of other people that have gone through this as well. So that is good to see and nice to see as well. So at the same time, again, it seems to me as if her intentions and her heart is in the right place. But hey, let me know what you're thinking. Peace.